Raptors forward Pascal Siakam has absolutely exploded out of the gate to start the season and is operating at an MVP level, elevating from where he left off in the previous season. And there's one specific thing that has changed for him that is really allowing him to blossom further. So in today's video, I'm going to reveal to you exactly what that is and if Pascal Siakam can seriously make a candidacy for an MVP award this season. Let's get into it. What's going on, everybody? It's Jacob here, back with Amateur Sports, your source for the greatest coverage and analysis on the latest Toronto Raptors news. If you like watching news and analysis coverage on the Toronto Raptors in video format, this is the channel for you, and you need to be subscribed to Amateur Hour Sports. You can help me on my road to 13,000 subs. Along with these videos, you'll also get a watch party for every single Raptors game 30 minutes before the start time. I'm rocking a new shirt today. Make sure you check out Ovian Art on Instagram for shirts just like this. Really love this Raptors themed one in the Looney Tunes format. Love Raptors, love Looney Tunes. Perfect shirt for me. Check him out on Instagram with that handle. But in our video today, we are going to be discussing Pascal Siakam and the way he has started this season, because he is operating at an MVP level. I mean, as plain as the eye can see, watching Pascal Siakam, he has turned it up a notch this season, and he's putting the league on notice because in the first batch of the NBA MVP ladder rankings, he was listed as 4th, and it is no surprise because so far this season, he has just been putting on a show after show after show, and it's every game. It's not like every few games he goes off and has a ridiculous night. Every single night, Pascal Siakam is putting on some ridiculous performances. It started with the first game of the season where he put up 23 points, 11 rebounds, and 1 assist, and that was just a taste of what was to come because he followed that up with a 37, 11, and 12 triple-double. Then as you see from the stats here, 23, 9, and 8, 23, 6, and 9, 20, 13, and 5, 26, 6, and 10, and yesterday in that 30-point win against the Atlanta Hawks, he dropped 31 points, 6 assists, and 12 rebounds. Also, really loved this from yesterday, but Siakam did not turn the ball over, not once yesterday, did not turn over the ball at all yesterday, and also got to the line 16 times and hit 13 of them, but more impressively to me, he got to the line 16 times. He recognized in that game against the Atlanta Hawks that nobody on that team could guard him. If you came to the watch party, I said in the pregame, Siakam's got a feast tonight. There's not a single proper one-on-one matchup that the Atlanta Hawks can throw at him. They're going to throw John Collins. They're going to throw Clint Capella, weirdly. They're going to throw DeAndre Hunter on him. None of those guys are going to be able to guard him, and he absolutely showed it because, I mean, they had to foul him a lot. They fouled him a bunch, went to the line a bunch, and finally, he really cleaned up his look at the line, hitting those 13 for 16, went 8 for 21 from the field. Everything was clicking for Siakam in that game. Everything has been clicking for Pascal Siakam in the game so far this season. ESPN really starting to notice this as well. I mean, they're usually ones who don't give the Raptors a ton of credit. Specifically, I feel like Pascal Siakam has been underappreciated for a number of years now. Well, he is really starting to get this sort of appreciation. And Siakam, he's kind of picking up where he left off last season. The reason that this feels a little bit sustainable, maybe not quite this level, but maybe the reason this feels as sustainable as it is because last season to end the year, he was excellent. He helped carry the Raptors to 48 wins, the 5th seed in the Eastern Conference, got himself an All-NBA nod. He was on the All-NBA 3rd team. So far this season, he's playing like an All-NBA first team type of player, and we'll discuss if he can keep quite that level up later on in the video, but he was balling near the end of last season. This isn't that shocking to me. I think the level and how he's doing it every single game is a little bit shocking, and he has definitely elevated his game just up another notch here, and we need to discuss what has changed and what is he doing differently now to allow him to get to that next level. And for starters, the way Pascal Siakam is playing this season, I just feel like the game has slowed down just a touch for him. He's operating with a little bit more poise. He's operating with a little bit more comfort. He knows what he wants to do with the ball, and he knows specifically how to get his points offensively. He's doing it from 3. He's doing it from mid-range. He's doing it at the rim. He's doing it much better yesterday at the line as well. Beyond that, his rebounding has taken another jump. Nick Nurse made a point to him in the offseason that he wanted Siakam to become an elite rebounder. If the Raptors play small without a big, that is going to be essential for this team, and man, he is just hauling in rebounds this season, snatching offensive rebounds, snatching away defensive rebounds, and it is looking extremely good. And I think maybe one of the best things that he's adding to his game here is that teams that are noticing now that he is an absolute problem on offense when he has the ball, they're throwing doubles, they're throwing sometimes triple teams at him. His passing also seems to have taken another step forward here, averaging a career high in assists, averaging a career high in rebounds, averaging a career high in points. Not quite a career high in field goal percentage, but also a career high in three-point percentage, a career high in free throw attempts. All of these things so far, albeit in a 7-game sample size, have looked good for Pascal Siakam. And if you want the specifics of those numbers, I have them here. He's averaging 26 points per game this season, along with 7.4 assists, 9.6 rebounds, 47% shooting from the field, as well as the 38.7 shooting from three-point land. That with the 8.9 free throw attempts, Siakam is having a marvelous season so far. Now, with the game slowing down, with the player operating with a little bit more poise for this team, the fundamental thing that has changed is that Siakam is really starting to understand. And he's always been humble. He's understanding how good he is, and he's operating with that confidence. You can kind of see it the way he's playing right now, how he's taking on players a little bit more aggressively, because in a lot of situations, he recognizes that you just cannot guard him. And what I really like to see is that when he hits a big shot over your head, when he's operating in mid-range, spins off to hit a fadeaway jumper with your outstretched hand in his face, and he still drills it right in front of you, he's talking shit. He's talking shit in front of guys. PJ Tucker, when he was guarding him in that Sixers game where the Raptors won. And also, I mean, in the game where the Raptors lost by 22 to the Sixers, Siakam dropped 26 points on 9 for 15 shooting. He was still a problem on the offensive end, maybe not talking as much smack there, but he's talking his stuff, man. He knows you can't guard him, and he is going to let you know. You're going to put a smaller player like PJ Tucker on him, Siakam is going to absolutely go to town, and he has consistently done that in literally every game so far this season. The lowest amount of points that he has gotten this season was 20, and in that performance, he had 13 assists as well to go along with it. Just absolutely incredible the way he's operating, and it is so fun to watch. Think about like last summer, last offseason, not the one we just had, the one before that, where so many people spent the entire offseason talking about how the Raptors need to trade this player. We need to get rid of him. And if you've been watching this channel for all this time, you know all throughout the offseason that I was saying that this is a superstar caliber player. If he can get it going, we need to give him the tools. And when he is back healthy after his shoulder surgery, he is going to be operating at a very high level. Now, even for somebody like myself who set lofty expectations, he went even beyond that. But a lot of us here kept faith in the player because we recognize the amount of sheer talent that he possesses, and he is really starting to show it here. Again, 4th in the MVP ladder so far early on in the season. But it is only so far in the season. We are only 7 games into the season. So what sort of sustainability can Siakam generate from these performances? Well, from an offensive standpoint, there's not a lot to me here that is unsustainable. He's shooting more than he's ever shot before because we know that he's so good and he's the best player on this team by, I would say, a wide margin at this point. He's going to continue to shoot a lot. I think that more doubles are going to come, but the way he is doing everything on the court, like literally doing everything. I mean, 26 points is just a lot of points to continue to have, but this is, I think, a season where he can have a career high in points, the way he's shooting. And what makes it even more dangerous is that the way he's passing the ball, his playmaking, like he's arguably the best playmaker on this team. When you're doubling him and maybe he's not getting as many points, he's got the precision of passing. He's got the peace of mind, and he's got the ability to see the passes and make those passes more importantly, as you're seeing with those assist totals that we have this season. So the rebounding, I don't see any reason why that can't sustain itself. I mean, I don't know about 10 rebounds per game, but 9 rebounds per game, surely that can keep going. The assists per game, if they keep throwing doubles at him, he's going to keep making those passes. And it's not just when the doubles are coming at him. He's got really good playmaking skills. I think that number's a little bit too high for a season average. Right now, he's hovering above 7. I mean, why can't he average 6+ assists per game? There's no reason why he can't. And from the points per game standpoint, with all these tools that he has, with the way he's scoring on all 3 levels, I mean, maybe the 3-point percentage, we could hit some dry spells, knock that points per game down to, 24.5, 25. But I think it's incredibly viable to say that Siakam can sustain a pace where he's putting up 25 points per game, 9 rebounds per game, and 7 or 8 assists per game. I think it's completely viable to say he's able to do that. Maybe more so on the assist side, down to 6, but the way he's playing right now, Like, it's every game, and this is exactly where he was left off last season, how well he was playing at the end of last season. He's had a full, healthy summer for the first time in so long, where he's just continued to work on his craft. He's had Rico Hines helping with the development, adding in the confidence and the belief in his own ability. Man, the sky is the limit for this player. As far as MVP levels, let's be honest here. Luka's in this league, Giannis is in this league, and if those guys are near the top of their conferences, more specifically Giannis and the Bucks, then incredibly difficult to do. But I think if Siakam can solidify himself this season as a top 10 player, which right now he's on track to do, that would be more than a successful season for the player. MVP, a little bit lofty. I don't think he can sustain quite this MVP level pace, but All-NBA second team or better level pace, certainly something that Pascal Siakam is capable of, and he's shown it so far this season. Let's keep it going, man. Tough start to the season. Tough 7-game stretch. We come out 4-3. Let's keep it moving. What a season so far for the Raptors. Guys, if you did enjoy this video, make sure you drop a like to show your support. The easiest thing to do to support my content is take 1 second out of your day to drop a like on the video. It does go a long way to supporting the channel, helping with that YouTube algorithm. Trust me, it does help a lot. Please take that second to drop a like now, and make sure for the greatest coverage analysis on the latest Toronto Raptors news, you subscribe to this channel. Help us on the road to 13,000 subs. I'll see you again next time for another video, or tomorrow at our watch party for the Raptors vs. Spurs.